everyone, thanks so much for joining me. This video we're going to cover side angle, a really challenging pose muscularly for flexible people. Super easy to rely on that flexibility. For the tighter jointed, tighter muscle people, they can feel very alienated in the experience and look around the room going, what? I'm supposed to do that? And the answer is no. So I want to give you some different visuals, different possibilities for your side angle. And I'm gonna go grab a block. Magic. That all being said, you might want 2 blocks handy. And I tend to do this when I'm teaching. Forget that we're gonna need some props until we're either in the pose or on our way into the pose. So at least I remembered sort of ahead of time. So let's step back here on the mat. And setting it up really, it's a continuation of Warrior Two pose. So you'll just step the feet apart, and please reference the video on Warrior Two for any questions. It's a 15-minute video on Warrior Two, and I really feel like I could have gone on and on. I tend to do that. But we need our anchor leg, we're gonna need our front leg, and so you can have a block on either side, or just depending, we'll see how much height you might want. So let's just make this the anchor leg. It can be the outer edge can be even with the short edge of the mat, or you might have it slightly pigeon-toed. And then the other leg, we're lining up the toes with the front edge here of the mat, heel to arch, finding that right position for the stacking, and then we set this up. So I like to lift the toes, rooting across the feet, inspiring that upward engagement, then bending the knee, coming into exploring the flexibility here without it feeling compromised. So you want to feel that your ankles are centered, your knees are centered and drawn up, the thigh bones are well grounded in the hip joints, and you're really working your thighs and glutes. And then just start to test the waters here. So arms extend, they pull back and ground into the shoulder joints. We lengthen. So we've got our Warrior Two. It might be deeper, might be less. Okay, but from your Warrior Two, inhale and lengthen. Just keep finding that sense of lightness and reach. So this is the preparation for side angle. We're exploring. Okay, so you'll just want to find that line where no joint feels congested. So this would be me relying on my flexibility, just kind of sinking into it. And I'll easily, really quickly fatigue because I'm not organized well. Okay, so let's go ahead and just visit it on side 2. Adjust your feet, okay? And heel to arch maybe, right? Everything's approximate, needs to be right for you. You really have to tune into your experience in the joints, your tolerance, your threshold for how long can you stay in the pose and still breathe well, still experience it really well. Okay, so gotta organize, center, lift, lighten, and then seek length, not a bend. Oh, it really, it becomes harder and harder to show the disadvantage, ways of coming into poses because they start to hurt more now than I did when I was younger, a younger teacher. But anyway, so finding that length, not compromising it, okay? And then you'll see, what does your side angle look like? When does it feel the best? And a rule I have for myself is, does any pose feel like I can just continuously find and feel additional length, right? Find your right pose. The hand or the arm might be on your thigh, not leaning, right? The difference, but just being a support here, okay? Maybe it's here. Maybe blocks are stacked a little differently. If you do stack, this is safer. Please don't do this, okay? So let's go ahead, carefully exit, okay, in ways that feel okay with your joints, and then step the feet together. Okay, so just shake it out. We'll explore it a little bit longer on each side. I do want to just cover a teeny bit about the exit. So when you're exiting, you want to make sure that the hip, knee, ankle all travel together. You're swiveling probably on your heel, but you're not just turning the foot. Okay, and you'll be able to tell the difference because your ankle is not going to feel very good. Okay, so, all right. So we want to enter, okay, with that sense of mindfulness, and we want to exit with the same kind of mindfulness. I always tell my students, don't exit desperately. As much as you might want to, exit with care, with as much care as you took to enter it. So let's do side angle, okay? So same setup here as warrior two, okay? Related, pulling upward, lengthening, okay? Every pose I do tends to go into a back bend. So I have to correct that, adjust it, lengthen, finding your spot where you're not relying on your flexibility. Find your right placement for your hand. There's all sorts of variations here. There's binds, okay, that come from this. Again, I really want you to focus though on the experience of the pose, because it's really easy to get caught up in whatever we think we're supposed to look like in the pose, rather than going for a feeling in it, that continuous line and length, where the head of the arm bones are still pulled back, the neck has length, we have, it just feels delicious, right? Smooth, deep breaths here, okay? You might explore, okay, variations that all feel good for your shoulder, and then a careful, not desperate exit. Okay, swiveling on the heel, hip, knee, ankle all travel together, and then the feet come together. Shake it out, brand new hip. Okay, so, and now we'll do the other side. So this is really more of a breakdown, right, of the pose, just really exploring the nitty-gritty and hoping that you feel maybe something new in the pose, okay, or just something else to consider, to explore. So lining up, heel to arch, organizing the feet that like to wander when we're not looking, okay, thigh bones back, knees, they're centered and both lifting up, reaching, a powerful pose, okay, and then it's an intentional side, right, an intentional side lengthening pose. The shoulders are gonna wanna lift up. Draw them back, feel empowered, feel strong, lengthen, choose your right option for your arm, okay? Up here, hoping for a continuous line where it's the energy's not blocked at any particular place, and you still feel this lengthening, smooth, deep breaths, really important. Maybe exploring those options, okay? But if you were to close your eyes and scan your body, does anything feel hindered? Okay, not the effort of the muscles of being in this pose and going, Shauna, how long are you going to talk about this? Okay, so not being focused on that, but really being focused on this experience of length and space, so that when you exit, you feel the positive impact of space in the joints, engagement, strength of your muscles, and yet when you close your eyes, okay, and kind of check in, there's more space for the breath, right? We've created these channels, okay, and everything just feels better, less stagnant than possibly prior to the pose. So this is all in that family of Warrior Two. There's so many fabulous things. In addition to the binds, that you can explore, whether the bind is here, clasping, it can really go into a lot of fun things. Call them fun, the yoga version of fun. So it can go into two different balances, which I'm not going to go fully in. But one is this bind where the back foot comes here, 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 and the back leg lifts up, which I'm totally not set up to do. Or you still bring the feet a little closer together, and then this one, the back leg, becomes a standing leg. Can I do it in a pretty way? I'm not sure. I'm not faking this. I'm just trying. It has a mind of its own. Almost. And breathe. Okay, I don't know if it's going to happen today, but you can sort of see where it can go. Maybe on some other video I'll show the fanciness, but that is the practice. And truly, I'm not very attached to the fancier things. I think they're fun. I am still so in love with the fundamentals. Warrior two, side angle. These really powerful poses that for me never get old. So I hope that this is beneficial. Side angle, a little bit of a breakdown of it, and I would love your feedback. Have a great day. Namaste.